You can say that a lot of these car CEOs are pretty darn smart, but many of those against a bailout of the big three say their union workers are overpaid.
Is that really the case? We decided, because we kept hearing this, to really look into it and debate both sides. We're joined by Paul Waldman, who's a senior fellow at Media Matters, and James Sherk of the Heritage Foundation. James, I'm going to go to you first because you are saying that auto workers do make $70 an hour. You say it's outrageous. Where are you getting this number, $70 an hour?
Well, from the automakers themselves. They report to the government, to the Securities and Exchange Commission, their annual costs. It's part of being a publicly traded company. And they report that their labor costs are about $70 an hour. Now, it's gone down a bit since they signed the new contract. But the problem was all the concessions the union made was for new workers, not the existing workers. All the workers still at the company when the contract was signed still get the $70 an hour. And the companies haven't been hiring too many new workers with the current economic conditions. So still, for most workers at the company, they're costing Ford, Chrysler, and General Motors about $70 an hour. $40 an hour in wages and $30 an hour in benefits.
All right, Paul, so you do not believe that they're making $70 an hour, but I've seen analysts myself from professors from Harvard in particular that have said that if you break down the salaries, they're in the $70 range, while their Asian counterparts operating here in the United States are more in the $40 range. You dispute these findings. Why?
Absolutely, because they're not true. This is really important. Anytime anybody hears that $70 an hour figure, lights should flash, alarm bells should go off. It is a lie. What goes into that figure is not just what workers make, but also what they're paying for retirees, for pensions, for the health care benefits for retirees. The truth is that the average worker at the big three makes $28 an hour. That works out to about $58,000 a year, which is a middle-class salary. So why is it that so many people are trying to take those costs that are associated with retirees and put them on the people who are right now putting together the cars, those men and women who are working in those factories?
What should it be? You say more like $28 an hour?
$28 an hour. And the car companies have confirmed this. They have admitted this. That $70 an hour number is a complete fiction. Now, why is it that they're doing this?
But
the reason is that they're trying to...
But wait a minute. You just said that because it includes retirees' benefits, that it is $70 an hour. So no matter who's getting the money and where from, the car makers are still spending $70 an hour to make a car.
No, they're not. They're not spending for retirees anything that translates into hours. Retirees aren't working per hour. You can take any cost and try to put it in hours. Okay. That just makes no sense. But let me get this in.
I want to get James in here because we do have limited time. James, if it is $28 an hour, even add a little bit, it's still around $60,000 to $70,000 a year. Hardly outrageous compared to CEOs who are making millions and millions of dollars.
Well, here's the thing. It doesn't include the retiree health cost. What it includes is the... No, it doesn't. In their SEC filings, they say it doesn't. It only includes the cost for current workers. Now, what it includes is the cost of the estimated future value. If you're working today, if 20 years from now you're going to collect retiree health benefits, it includes that. But as accounting rules, they're required to record their costs as they're incurred. They can't record the promises they made 30 years ago as a cost today. They're not. Now, the base wages are $28 an hour. You add in the overtime, the shift premiums. They get, for example, double pay for working on Sundays. Add in all their vacation time, and you're at $40 an hour in cash wages.
I mean,
let's understand what this is. Let's understand what this is really about. This is about scapegoating ordinary people, the men and women who put together those cars. It's about saying it's not the fault. It's about saying it's not the fault of the CEOs. It's not the decisions that they made. It's about scapegoating the ordinary men and women who are putting together those cars. They're not the ones whose fault it is.
Guys, we got to leave it there. Thanks to both of you. Appreciate it. The debate continues. Coming up next, we're going to talk about more companies facing troubles. We'll be right back, guys.